This video demonstrates the use of const and initialization of variables. What we're going to do is we're going to write a program that converts a user entered miles, a number of miles, to kilometers. So we will be dealing with a user entered miles, and we'll also be dealing with a conversion. We're going to be converting miles into kilometers. So we need to have kilometers, but we also have this conversion value, which is up here. So 1 mile is 0.62137 kilometers. So what we need is a miles to kilometers conversion. And this is actually a constant. This never changes. This is a universal constant. And now what we need to do is we need to we can preload that constant with the value 0.621371, and then we can ask for we can get the user input for the miles. I suppose we should ask the person for that, miles. So we'll ask the person enter miles. Okay, that's a good start. We've got our variables up at top. We've got our constant value. We've given that the value, which is the correct parameter, the miles to kilometer. That's the conversion value. And then what we will be expecting is to simply be asked to enter the miles. We've got two errors. The first error is on line 13, and it is an uninitialized const. So here, the const is actually complaining because we have not initialized. The non-const variables, the mile and kilometer, are not complaining, not being complained about because these are not consts. So what we need to do is just copy the value that we need to set into miles to kilometer. Now we've initialized the constant, and we still have an error. It's on line 14. It's saying the assignment of a read-only variable. Read-only, which means we can't assign a new value to it because it's a read-only. So we can't actually assign this value here. So we should actually not be, because the variable is a const, we should not be trying to reassign a value. We assign the value once, and it has to be done initially whenever using const. That is different than if we do not use const, such as with kilometer and miles. We do not need to initialize these, although it is good practice to initialize those values. So why don't we go ahead and do that? We'll initialize miles to be 0, and we'll initialize kilometers to be 0. Okay, so let's compile, and now we can run the program. Enter miles, 100. Okay, great. Now we need to calculate the kilometers, so it'll be miles times our factor, our conversion factor, and then simply we'll output the kms, and that'll be km, and then we'll have a new line. Okay, let's take a look, compile, execute. If we have 100 miles, then we have 62.137 kilometers. Thank you.